We're not alone. We're never alone. Welcome. Currently, I am going through lots of stuff, boxes and everything, and here I have the books I've been reading for the last few years. A little box of books, of the few books that I read on paper. And I was thinking, why not to make just to show you guys all the books that I went through, the physical ones that I have. So let's start with Yogananda. I wanted to mention that my journey started with SRF, Self-Realization Fellowship, with the line of the gurus from Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda. And that's how my journey started more seriously. Otherwise, I did read when I was 18 years old. I started one book on the Buddhism, and that was the beginning of my spiritual journey through Buddhism. But then it was until 20 years old that I jumped on SRF, the light. And now I am 25 years old. It was this year when I was able to harness the dark. And that started through the Emerald Tablets of Thought. From SRF, this book came to me, Where There Is Light. It's a very beautiful book, but I would say it talks about different types of situations in your life, insight and inspirations for meeting life's challenges. So whenever you are going through something, you will find what to do at that moment, what to read, how to achieve your goals, wisdom to solve problems and make life's decisions. I mean, here is probably it's gonna be switched. Inner peace, antidote for stress, worry and fear, infinite potential, strength in times of adversity. So this is like a really good book, but I believe that any religion, any church, any association, group will have their own books that, you know, can guide the soul, their people into calmness and peace and into their best versions of themselves throughout life's challenges. But this is one that came to me and I'm here to share with you. The Holy Science. Here comes when I started going a little bit deeper into the cosmology and how the whole universe is built. I started reading with Sri Yukteswar, but Blavatsky is coming up soon, and Blavatsky talks a lot on cosmology as well and how the whole thing is built, and I'm still getting there, I'm building up. So this was my first introduction to it, and it's a pretty short book and very understandable. Like, it's easy to read, easy to understand, and it's short, and it gives you an idea that the sun that we have is not like the sun. There is like a bigger thing and how everything goes around that bigger thing. Next. My journey on psychedelics. So I started having cannabis from 16 years old, and obviously in the beginning it was recreational. It was not until my 20 years old that it started to be ceremonial, and I started taking cannabis on a ritualistical way of approaching it. After that, I started testing as well mushrooms and different types of psychedelics. Okay, so these are few books on psychedelics. First, the Psychedelic Explorer's Guide, how to have a better experience. So you have like meeting the divine within or through the plant, voyage, the trip, the qualities of a transcendental experience, and then psychedelic things and all of that. Obviously they will give some case studies, some history, some information. This book, it's one of the most interesting books I read on psychedelics, on how in the prehistory it was already used, the psychedelics, and how it got vanished or hidden right now everywhere, like it's not that acceptable, how it should be. Then Psilocybin Mushroom Bible. This is for the cases when I still didn't read it, but I do have it in case if I want someday grow our own mushrooms. I did grow once mushrooms, like a whole batch, and I decided that I'm gonna give it a little rest. Akashic Records, how to access to the Akashic Records. This is the typical book. Honestly, many people found this book like a breakthrough, very enlightening and all of that. Not for me, but give it a try because each person is a different personality. So, how to read a book? No comments. Om Swami, A Million Thoughts. Om Swami, I like him. He and we have in common the Sri Yantra path. Obviously, he's much more advanced and retired from this physical needs life. A Million Thoughts, it's a good one for beginners on meditation. But the best one on meditation, it's this one. This one, 112 Meditations for Self-Realization by Ranjit Chaudhary. Bhairava Mantra. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. Really good one. Like it gives you many ways on how to meditate. Like you read this book and you don't even need to read it all. Just the moment you find something interesting to try, some type of meditation that maybe this way of meditating I would like to try, and you try it, it may work for you and you don't need to read further. It's like a really good book on finding out what type is the meditation for you to start with. The daily teachings from The Secret, pretty for beginners, and like everything from The Secret, I think it's like very good for beginners. Then The Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. I like that. Good for beginners as well. I also have the 1984, the 1984. This one has 3D glasses inside. Brave New World. Both book and 1984, it's like very depressing for me. I did read them, but it didn't enter to me when I was in my light era. I have the How to Win Friends and Influence People, useful for your life. This one I had to, for you to know that beautiful. Zen, The Art of Simple Living, Shunmyo Masuno, a Japanese author. It's a very sweet book. It's like super short with pictures, but you can see already how many things that was there, like underlying and bending the pages. Fine-tune your timing, make a proper start, seek not what you lack, take pleasure in your work, try going barefoot, wake up 15 minutes earlier. If you could only get one book from my recommendations, this one. Still till this day, I didn't find any book that gave me such a good energy. At any moment, no matter where you are going through in life, I pick up the book and it's Zen. Carlos Castañeda, obviously. This is the only book that I have in paper. I also read The Journey Exland, all the books on dreaming. I started for the lucid dreaming, and I have already one YouTube video when I opened this channel reviewing, or not, or maybe I have only an astral projection, but on Medium, my articles, I was writing there my experience on lucid dreaming, because my parents were a couple that used to do lucid dreaming together and succeeded in that. And then I gave it a try and I also succeeded. So Carlos Castañeda has pretty interesting things for you to explore, and he also touches the psychedelics and all of that. This is a book called The Strength Finder, but I'm not sure. Yeah, The Strength Finder by Tom Rath. Another gem. So right now everything, I think AI can tell your strength and how to be the best at it. There is a activator, analytical, connectedness, developer, focus, the learner one, the restorative, the self-assurance, and they are all paired. So if you have this quality, you are the best at this quality, and you are paired with somebody Z, you both together give something really fruitful. So this one, it's also as good, like they go together, I would say, in social environments. Om Swami, the man that I have in common, the Sri Yantra. Masterpiece. Masterpiece, because it really starts describing how mantras work and how the sound works and how it affects us. The ancient science of mantras, wisdom of the sages. Very beautiful book. Very beautiful book. It's long. Okay, yeah, it is long. It has almost 500 pages, but it's quite easy to read. Om Swami writes in a very easy way. The chapters are very light. Some initiation types, well, I do not believe much initiations. He includes many mantras, the applications of it, how to pronounce Sanskrit things. Oops. Very good one. Another book that I read when I started my sound healing journey is The Healing Power of Sound, Recovery from Life-Threatening Illness Using Sound, Voice and Music. These two kind of like gave me the whole base for my sound healing and energy healing. This one is on a scientific base and this is more on a spiritual base. Another book that I read in order to do the sound and energy healing, this is Prana, all about energy. Prana is the same as Chi, Ki, and this vital force that is within everything and in between everything. It explains you how everything works, and it gives you exercise how to make you used to feel it, train your body, train your sight, train your feelings to feel the prana, and then how to be able to operate the prana itself, these energies, and how to be able to maneuver it and heal yourself and heal others. These are the books that I've been reading here currently. I am reading the Futhark, the Runes guidebook. It's a gem. The discoveries I'm making, it's a new rabbit hole that I'm getting into, and I'm super excited. Everything is like puzzling together with all the knowledge that I'm already having. Before this one, I was reading Thoth, and I told you, like, this SRF and Yogananda, it's all about my light journey and how I started getting to know myself through the light, and I needed to face my fears. I did plant medicine in Peru, ayahuasca, and then I started my journey with the darkness, embracing, like, I removed my fears, I faced my fears, and then I went to the darkness. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth helped me a lot with accepting the darkness and loving the darkness as much as loving the light. And that's when I started, I don't care anymore. Anything, like, everything is right, nothing is wrong. There is no good and bad. Like, it just expanded me so widely. And now I'm reading the runes, and it's a whole another level that a video soon will be coming out. And then I'm reading a video on the mystical Kabbalah of Dion Fortune. I started it a few days ago, and I must say that I'm a little bit disappointed on the author, because while I'm reading the book, and this racism, this ego superiority of hers put me many times in this, like, within fighting, like, why am I reading this? Why would a writer write this way? Why would a writer choose this type of words to write? And as a writer myself, I know that it's not just about the choice of the words. Many times it's also the choice when you put the word in a sentence. It gives a different influence on the psychological, understanding of the reader. Also, putting a dot somewhere or putting a different punctuation in different spaces affect differently, even if it's the same words and the same sentence. So the way she writes is just... And then I kind of I fight with that within me, like, why am I reading something from somebody who is still thinking within the duality? Like, this is wrong and this is right. So she's still within that duality, at least the moment of the book that I'm reading. And after that, I am just trying to go beyond that and see this as a situation that, okay, she is like activating some kind of reaction from me that gives me this push to read further. So I'm accepting everything. There's no bads and wrongs, but the discrimination there is just a little bit too much. And that's my experience. Another Japanese book that I have here, I just found it, the Ikigai, Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. Not bad, but I'm telling you, this one, get it. It's good to have it with you. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this short video. I'm going through lots of studies. I'm actually also organizing something new. This New Year's Eve, I was thinking to do something for New Year's Eve, but everything got so expensive, like so high price, and it's with so many people. Unless it's like very VIP, very few people, and the price is like skyrocketed. So I'm organizing something myself for New Year's Eve. And it's a whole experience. It's a whole experience using a new type of magic that I'm getting into, which is the rune magic. By the way, my experience with runes, it's the new thing. It's the new thing. I tried the second rune before even reading the history and before even understanding what are the runes. I took one rune, the second one, the U rune, and I tried it myself. I put my body into that posture and I did the sound, I did the visualization, and I entered into trance with that posture. And I felt things, I saw things. And then on the next day, I had the rune, I understood that the rune works. And when that moment happened, I understood that, okay, this is like something big. And now I'm reading the book, and then I started reading further the history and all of that, and how it works, and how it came to us, what is the meaning of everything. And then I started doing the first rune. I did the first rune last night on full moon. Guys, next day I had a dream regarding that rune speaking to me, and next day, like today, it was today, I got a result from there. And I am just shocked that whatever I'm doing with those runes is just so aligned with the results in my life. And now parallelly I'm reading the Kabbalah, and let's see what goes with Kabbalah, because Kabbalah is pretty much, at least the unfortunate, she's like a lot of blah 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 blah, putting her superior, but then we'll see what are the results from that side. This is my update on my spiritual journey. I'm still having lucid dreaming, not doing astral projections because I kind of gave it a pause, but I'm thinking to restart with the astral projections next year. Today I'm fasting, trying to fast. I mean, I'm fasting every day, intermittent fasting, and then later I will check whether I just have a normal meal or I continue with the fasting diet. Usually I just switch to normal meal and I don't obsess myself with anything. I do exercising 5 times a week. The other 2 days maybe I either rest or I go out and do something different. So keeping myself active, working on the strength, body strength, the muscles, so I can control my body more. Doing splits, flexibility. Christmas is coming soon, so obviously having sweets, it's there. I am not obsessing over not having sugar anymore. I am taking care of my diet, but I went through a period of obsession where I completely removed sugar for 6 months in my life. And I am proud of that. It's neither good, neither bad. I went through that experience and now I'm back to a little bit more balanced experience which is just, getting the sugar from natural sources like dates and fruits and honey and jaggery. And once in a while, maybe just chocolates and typical white sugar. It's okay. I also started sometimes, like I went more than 2 years without drinking alcohol, I believe, almost at all. And then when I started my journey of embracing the darkness and I started loving the darkness, and then I understood that there is no rights and wrongs, I started drinking wine, always ceremonially or with like a purpose. And I'm on my way to get absenta and start doing rituals with alcohol as well. Yeah. So this is my progress. If you have any questions, just let me know. And see you soon, I guess.